drops. Heskett's out front, followed by Spring, Grape, Trick, and up into the wall. Caution comes out early on. Trick jumps out front by a nose. G5 of Grape tucks into line in the second spot. Jared Bisson having a pretty good run, but keep your eye on Sternberg in that 83. He wants a piece of the action. Great battle going on for the third spot. Set the field for you. Nate Trick is out front. He's followed up by Josh Grape. Josh Sternberg rides third in that number 83. Mike DeJong is in the 70. Jared Bisson, Dan Wilson Jr., followed up by Mike Feckin. Brandon Typelis, Dwayne Tenbrink, and Ryan Heskett in the 05. At the tail end of this one, Nate Trick leads on lap number 4. Nate Trick slides through 3 and 4, makes a pretty easy run of it. Grape now to the inside. He wants a piece of that number 1 spot down into turns 1 and 2. Great battle going on out front. Josh Sternberg in the 83. He grabs that number 3 spot. Keep your eye on that 83 of Sternberg. He has got himself a clean second spot in the number 83. Josh Grape runs out front, followed up by Nate Trick, DeJong in the 70, and Bisson round out your top 5 in the number 51. Nate Trick into the wall up in turn number 1 and 2. That's going to bring out a caution for the 15. Tough break for Nate Trick, who is currently running out front. Grape is out front with some clean air, and the battle is on between the 83 of Sternberg and the 70 of DeJong. Great battle going on, too, for that 3rd and 4th spot. Bisson and Feckin duking it out back there. What a battle we've got going on here in our Bombers. Coming out of turn number 2, they are 3 wide. Bisson gets out front. It's Feckin trying to run the high line. Wilson waiting to find his way underneath Bisson. Running the block on that 57 gives Feckin the chance to move to the outside. It looks like he is going to work his way to 4th. Josh Grape paces the field in that G5. They are on the gas coming out of turns 3 and 4. We're back to green. Sternberg works the high side in that number 83, having a pretty good run. It's his first week back, if I'm not mistaken, in that 83. DeJong runs the low line in that old 77 Monte Carlo, maybe. Feckin has settled for 3rd, and your 4th place right now going to the number 07 of Brandon Typelis. Round goes the 28 of Tenbrink. Manages to hang on to that little bump and run down there. No caution for the Tenbrink car. G5 of Grape out front. Caution flag comes out. That battle for the second spot still outstanding. DeJong and the 83 of Sternberg. Dan Wilson's going to continue the pressure on both of them. Wilson's going to try to make the slip down low in that number 57. Keep your eyes on him. Josh Sternberg trying to thread the needle. He's got his way up to the second. Now Sternberg. Field comes back up to speed out of turn number 4. Grabe. Josh Sternberg tucks into line in the second spot in that number 83. Tough competitor. Anytime you hear the name Sternberg, you know they're tough. DeJong hanging tough in there as well in the 70. He rides the low line, still battling it out for second.
Definitely real close contention there. Still side by side. Should give the edge to Sternberg. It takes second away. Side by side.
Sternberg now clearing that number 70 of DeJong, giving himself a little bit of room to work on that G5 of Grabe. 5 laps to go this time by. Grabe, Sternberg, DeJong, Feckin, 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are out front. Sternberg's got just a little bit of time left to get up there and put some work on him. It's looking like he may try the low line here as the laps click off. 4 laps to go this time by. A lot of pressure coming from that 83 of Josh Sternberg. We'll take a look at your times here. Current lap times show Josh Sternberg faster on the track as we've got 3 laps to go. Will it be enough time for Sternberg to get up there and make the pass on the G5 of Grabe? Two laps to go for Josh Grabe and Josh Sternberg. It's Sternberg on the low line. Grabe rides the high side. Sternberg makes a move out of turn number 2. Puts the pedal to the metal in that 83. Currently out front. White flag next this time by.
Position down low. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Who's going to do it? Sternberg or Grabe? They charge off into turn number 1.
Great battle going on out front, folks. You don't ask for better than this. You buy a ticket, you use half of it because you're sitting on the edge of your seat. That's what we do here at Winston Speedway. Grabe to the high side, it's Sternberg down low. The checkered flags are running, waving. Josh Sternberg picks up his win, followed by the G5 of Grabe and the 70 of DeJong.
Supplier of jets and tires, England Automotive specializes in drivetrain, air conditioning, and engine repair and replacement. England Automotive, let the professionals do the job.
Grabe Water Well Drilling specializes in household and irrigation. Whether you're building a new home or you need a new well, Grabe's Water and Well Drilling digs a 4-inch hole so you can have your pump in the well instead of in your basement.
Specialties Oil and Service Center, 5427 Apple Avenue in Muskegon. Their number is 231-788-2400. Loyal, honest, and friendly service. Please see us for your next oil lube and car care next door to Exhaust Specialties. All your automotive needs in one convenient area.
A little bit of a grinder on the start. Gives Josh Fry and that Justin Giddings car a little bit of breathing room as the field kind of got tangled up behind them. Fry's out front. He leads lap number 1, followed up by Giddings, Kendall Marling, and the 23 of Heisken.
Well, Justin Giddings getting a little loose there coming out of 2, goes across the nose of Marling. Marling hits the brakes a little bit. Meanwhile, behind him, side-by-side battle for the 4th position. Chuck Smith on the inside, Rick Heisken on the outside.
Everybody's feeling a little antsy in this street stock. Up into the wall goes the 47 of Don McNabb. Manages to hang on to that car, at least for now. He's slowed down out of turns number 1 and 2. Will he bring out a caution? And that is absolutely. Caution is out. Fry out front, it is Giddings to the low side. Kendall Marling likes that high line in the 25. Can't get the pass done on Giddings. He holds on to second in the number 26. Chuck Smith rides in the 4th spot. Eplett works his way up there in the 74. He's currently scored 5th.
26 of Giddings looks to be having some traction issues, getting real loose there all the way around this racetrack, but Kendall Marling gets around him, as does the 85 of Chuck Smith, to break into the top 3. So Giddings will drop back to battle with Mike Eplett for 5th.
Giddings continues to battle a hard-fighting race car. Now Derek Poland wants to get up and around the outside of him. He is certainly not going in the right direction in that 26. Out front by a mile, it's the 44 of Josh Fry. The battle now for second. Chuck Smith is in the 85. Caution comes out. The 25 of Kendall Marling scored in the 3rd spot. Josh Fry followed up by Kendall Marling, Justin Giddings, Mike Eplett, Chuck Smith now scored in the top 5 in that number 85. The battle on the track is really for that 3rd and 4th spot. You could throw a blanket over our 3rd place competitors. Same thing for the 4th. Boy, they are door to door coming out of turn number 4.
Absolutely, the cars involved in that one. You got the 85 of Chuck Smith, the 74 of Mike Eplett, the 25 of Rick Heisken, and then the 13 of Derek Poland. Oh, Justin Giddings goes around, and everybody has to hit the brakes.
Green flag is out. Race mired by cautions. We've got Chuck Smith turned around. It's looking like that might be the Eplett car as well. The 74 of Mike Eplett, both running up toward the front. Tough break for those guys. We'll reset the field once again. Comes up on the gas, and the green flag is back out.
Well, you look and see the veteran Derek Poland in that 13 car. He's worked his way up to a 2nd place. Running right now as the 97 of Stormsand just caught an edge of the concrete here on the front straightaway. But it's Derek Poland chasing down Josh Fry for the lead.
Josh Fry out front. Derek Poland continues that chase. Kendall Marling, another veteran racer out there in the 25. He's followed up by Rick Heisken, Mark Farber, Chuck Smith, the 26 of Giddings. Laps to go. Josh Fry shows the way. He's followed up by Derek Poland. It's the 25 of Marling. They're still running as they were. Heiskin is in 4th. He drives the 23, and Mark Farber rounds out your top 5 in the number 6. Chuck Smith rides in the 6th spot. It is the number 26, Justin Giddings, riding 7th. Drew Wilkerson's 8th. 74 of Epplett scored 9th that time by. Nick Stormsand 10th, and Don McNabb off the track. He scored 11th in that number 47. Out front all by himself, though, Josh Fry, making it look pretty easy to get your way around the Winston Speedway.
So the race is halfway done, halfway complete. 10 laps in, 10 laps to go. Still Josh Fry, the defending UMP Dirt Car National Street Stock Champion, leading the way in that number 44. He's a driver out of Coopersville, being followed by that veteran of the Winston Speedway, Derek Poland. He's got 9 laps to find out if he can take on Josh Fry. You got other veterans, Kendall Marlink, you got Rick Heiskin as well. This is a very talented top 5 group. Josh Fry making it look pretty easy with all those years of experience chasing him down the track. Derek Poland's starting to close the gap, though, as the laps click off. We've got about 8 here to settle it. Derek Poland putting down a lap time of about 17.5, whereas Josh Fry remains the fastest car on the track, just a tick faster than the 13 of Derek Poland. That time by about a half a second separation between the top 2 cars. Derek Poland doing the best he can to reel in Fry, but everybody else just taking it pretty simple and keeping it to the bottom side of the racetrack where the most grip is. Nobody really venturing out too far. The only guy that is the 6th place running 85 machine of Chuck Smith. Derek Poland starting to try to reel in that number 44 of Josh Fry. Gets kind of close coming down into the turns. Fry seems to have that 44 machine hooked up through the turns. About a 17-second lap. And still the fastest on the track. Josh Fry out front, 4 laps to go. Well, it's all Josh Fry right now. 2 to go signal being given to the field. 2 laps to go. As everybody remains the same as they have run the last several laps. 2 laps to go. Josh Fry out front. He's fast down the backstretch. Derek Poland comes up onto him in the turns. Doesn't quite have the machine to get it done. The white flag is out on Josh Fry. If Derek Poland's got the cards, it's time to show him now in that number 13. Final time down the back straightaway and into turn 3. Josh Fry taking it home out of turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air. Give the win to Josh Fry. Second will go to Derek Poland. 3rd spot is going to go to Kendall Marlink. 4th will be Heiskin, and 5th is going to be Mark Farber.
When your transmission is in trouble, it is important to find reliable and honest mechanics. National Transmission will get the job done right. Located at 4037 East Apple Avenue in Muskegon, you can call them at 231-788-3244.
Your vehicle is an important part of your life. It gets you where you need to go. Take care of it by bringing it to Van's Car Wash and Quick Lube. At Van's Quick Lube, every vehicle gets up to 6 quarts of high-quality Quaker State oils, new oil filter, and a free car wash with every service. If you need a quick wash that is done right the first time, then stop by any convenient Van's Car Wash and experience the hand-scrubbed and Simonized difference. Keep your car running and looking great at Van's Car Wash and Quick Lube. 6 convenient locations, 1 near you.
Exhaust specialties, from trucks and cars to street rods and Model Ts, both foreign and domestic. Exhaust specialties now includes brakes, shocks, suspension work, and minor engine repair. They use only heavy gauge stainless and aluminum pipe. They also feature custom jewels as well as a selection of lubes, oils, and filters and other auto parts. Exhaust Specialties located at 5401 Apple Avenue in Muskegon.
Milky gets himself a little bit of breathing room out front. He's followed up by Jared Gwynn. McLeese now takes a look to the inside of Gwynn. He thinks better of it. Robbie Sternberg back there chomping at the bit as well in that number 73. He wants his way to the front, and how?
Milky looking very strong tonight. You got Jared Gwynn up there in the 9J, looking good in second spot. Steve McLeese has run well all night. Robbie Sternberg fourth. Fifth is Tim Tuttle, but here comes Adam Thrush and Andy Sprague.
Car's putting down about a 16-second lap time. Milky out front, Gwynn second. Milky out front by about a 10-car length advantage. The battle really going on for that second spot between Gwynn and McLeese. Now, count in that Sternberg car. He's in the 73. He wants to get up there and get a piece of that action. Sternberg's on the move. Andy Sprague having a pretty good run on the high side in that number 1S. Stemler out there in the 22. He wrecked his car last night, so he's driving his dad's number 22.
Well, McLeese starting to challenge Gwynn once again for that runner-up position as they go down the back straightaway and into turn 3. Gwynn doing a nice job of holding him off. McLeese has to hit the brakes, causes a little bit of a accordion effect, but Andy Sprague manages to take advantage in that.
Keep your eyes on Andy Sprague. He has got that car hooked up on the high side. He's running where everybody else isn't. He's got a single file line underneath Sprague. He's watching these guys bump. He's watching them run. He's watching them duke it out, and he keeps sneaking by on the high side. Sprague has worked himself up to the third spot in that number 1S.
Definitely 3-car battle under a blanket. McLeese side by side with Jared Gwynn, but here comes Sprague. He goes to the outside. It's now McLeese and Sprague battling for second.
Sprague is going to continue to work that high side. The 1S hooked up great. McLeese, some pressure from Sprague now going down into turns number 1 and 2. Field battles up behind that. Jared Gwynn is running in your 4th spot. 5th goes to the 73 of Robbie Sternberg.
Yeah, Gwynn falling back. Travis Stemler trying to make that outside line work to his advantage, just trying to follow what Andy Sprague did here in the early going. Oh, we got a train wreck over in turn number 1 and 2.
The green flag comes back out.
Right off the bat, a little physical as the green flag came out from McLeese. He wanted to get up front and didn't want to waste any time. But Milky regains the top spot. McLeese and Sprague continue their side-by-side battle for second.
Great battle going on for that number 2 spot. It is McLeese low. Sprague clears him down the front stretch. Sprague tucks into line. He has finally got himself clear to go to work on a very fast number 87 of Dave Milky.
And what a great run the rookie Robbie Sternberg is having in that 73. He currently holds down 4th. He is holding off last week's Michigan Dirt Cup winner, Travis Stemler.
Travis Stemler having a great run. He thought he might have been the caution car that time by, but he was not. Milky continues to extend that lead out front. 10-car advantage over the 1S of Andy Sprague. Then we're back to the 0-1 of McLeese, Sternberg, and Milky now battling it out for number 4. Coming along in that number 5th spot right now, the 78 of Wilkerson.
Well, now you're starting to see Andy Sprague's got some more of that clean air to work with. Will he be able to catch up with David Milky as we are under 10 laps to go? As a matter of fact, precisely, we are 7 laps between us and the checkered flag. Meanwhile, Adam Thrush is battling Tim Tuttle for the 6th position, along with Jeff Erickson Jr. as well.
Dave Milkey continues to be the fastest car on the track, putting out about a 17-second lap there. Actually, let's check that. Andy Sprague, the fastest car. He's got about a second faster car than Milkey, but that advantage, that 10-car advantage that Dave Milkey's got, giving him a little bit of breathing room. 6 to go, 5 this time by.
This time by 1.4 seconds. Just a tick faster than the last time around. That's the separation between David Milkey and Andy Sprague. We'll have to keep an eye on that battle. Meanwhile, the top 5 pretty much remains unchanged as everybody is keeping to that lower line.
Erickson Jr. running along that high line in the back, not having much success like Andy Sprague did. But as the laps continue to wind down, 3 to go this time by Dave Milkey, Andy Sprague, 01 of McLeese. It is the 73 of Sternberg and your number 22 of Travis Stemler, last week's winner. Field being shown, 2 to go this time by Dave Milkey, making it look like a drive on a Sunday, but it's a Saturday night. He's out front. He's got 1 to go next time by. Andy Sprague doesn't have the car to get up there and catch him. Everything runs status quo in your top 5. Back to Stemler.
Yeah, barring anything major happening, white flag is in the air. David Milkey's got 1 lap between him and victory lane.
Checkered flag drops. It is the 87 of Milkey, followed up by the 1S of Sprague, and along comes McLeese in the 01 to round out your top 3. As they finish, wanted cars, trucks, vans. Sprague's Auto Parts offers top prices for your wrecked, junk, or unwanted vehicles. Cash on the spot. We pick up or you drop off. For more information, call 231-726-2988. Sprague's Auto Parts, 81 South Getty Street, Muskegon. We buy cars for cash.
Grave Water Well Drilling specializes in household and irrigation. Whether you're building a new home or you need a new well, Graves Water and Well Drilling digs a 4-inch hole so you can have your pump in the well instead of in your basement.
Rick's Repairs offers professional auto repair at a fair price. A Napa Auto Care Center, Rick is an ASE certified master auto technician. Heating and cooling systems, steering and suspension, shocks and struts, brakes, anti-lock and 4x4 repairs, drivability, tune-ups, electrical, engine repair, alternators, starters, clutches, clunks, rattles, and more. Rick's Repairs, 231-788-1830.
Erickson, Aaron Morey, Rich Neeser, Greg Goki, Ryan Lamphine, Rob Taylor, Derek Thiebaud, and we are under green. racing in the back of the pack has given Spangler a little bit of breathing room, followed up by Van der Veen. The first big battle on the track between Borgman, the 94 of Bray, Donemar Coulier up there in the mix. So is Tom Sprague Jr. and the 115 of Matt Pickard. What a mess we've got going on from third back.
Absolutely. Everybody trading different places, finding the right groove that works for them. But yeah, Bill Bray right up against the cushion there. Kyle Borgman down low, trying to hold off the hard charge in 6M of Donemar Coulier. You got Tom Sprague, Zach Olger, Matt Pickard all in the mix. Who's going to take it?
It's a bee's nest on the way back. I tell you what, if I was in this one, I'd want to be out front. Spangler having a great run in that number 27. Ryan Van der Veen tucks in the line right behind him. And again, that battle continues to rage on for the third spot. Bill Bray by a nose this time by.
Ryan Van der Veen looks to be making up a little bit of ground on Spangler as they work down the front stretch this time. Meanwhile, the bee's nest, as you alluded to, continues to buzz. Donemar Coulier has managed to get around Bill Bray to take third away. Zach Olger just got around Tom Sprague and Kyle Borgman. That was for the fifth spot.
What a battle going on for that fifth spot. I mean, you'd think they were racing for the end of the Daytona 500, but it's not the case. Spangler's out front. Van der Veen continues to reel him in. Donemar Coulier now a clear third spot. Zach Olger moves up to number 4 around Bill Bray. Bill Bray takes the high side, though. He's got a very fast 94. It's going to be a fight. Olger manages to hang on. He currently runs 4th.
Meanwhile, up front, Ryan Van der Veen going to the outside, pulling the trigger on Eric Spangler. Ryan Van der Veen's going to be the new leader as they work out of turn 4 this time.
That 23 goes to the point. Spangler has to settle for second. Donemar Coulier, hard charger, going up there fast into number 6. He is currently just under the fastest car on the track, which is the 6M of Donemar Coulier, clicking off 16-second laps in that number 6M.
This is a very talented group of drivers throughout the entire field, and I'm not joking about that. You got Donemar Coulier 3rd, Zach Olger running in the 4th spot, Tom Sprague, a former champion, in 5th, Bill Bray running hard against Matt Pickard. You got Brandon Thurlby going side by side with Rich Neeser. All these battles taking place within the top 10.
Ryan Van der Veen, your number 1 car. He's out front in the number 23. Spangler comes around for the second spot. Donemar Coulier, Zach Olger, you're in the top 5. Tom Sprague Jr. knocking on that back door of the 0X. He wants in the top 5. Can he pull it off and work his way up to where his brother finished? We'll find out.
As we start to see Van der Veen work his way past the first lap car, which is going to be the 44 of Rob Taylor. Now we're going to see how this is going to play in, as we've got 13 laps left in this thing. How's this going to affect the battle going forward?
Quite a battle for Van der Veen. He has got cars all over the place in front of him. And Spangler, he's loving it. He's slowly reeling him in down into turns 3 and 4. Spangler runs low. Van der Veen runs the high side. That 11 car needs to make a little bit of room. Krasinski as well in the 5. Clear out. Spangler almost gets the point. Van der Veen manages to hang on to the high side.
And also, if you catch Andy, the 6M Donemar Coulier's right there, as well as the 0X of Zach Olger. Top 4 cars not too far away from each other.
You want late model racing at its finest? It happens every Saturday night at Winston Speedway. Your number 1 car, the 23 of Van der Veen. 27 of Olger, now getting overtaken by the number 6. Donemar Coulier makes a move. He wants that number 2 spot. Mark Coulier just a nose away from taking away the 2nd spot from Spangler.
Mark Coulier's won two times so far this year. Those two are going side by side in turn 3 as we speak. Still behind the leader, Van der Veen. Still neck and neck. No, Mark Coulier's got the edge.
Van der Veen out front. What a battle going on. Spangler still hangs on to that 2nd spot. It is the 0 of Olger riding 3rd. Man, you know what? This is about the best late model race I've seen here this year. This is fantastic. Van der Veen continues to show the way. We have got 7 laps to go.
And another cool thing is they have not had 1 caution yet. Hopefully I don't jinx them, but they are running very clean and fast around this 3/8 mile dirt oval. Look at Mark Coulier. He's all over the rear deck of your leader, Van der Veen.
Donemar Coulier comes up. goes for the win. That's how he works. We've just got a handful of laps left. Marcoulier works his way to the second spot in that number 6. Now he's going to try the low line underneath the 23 of Vanderveen. Doesn't have time to make the pass this time by. We will get down to 5 laps to go.
So 20 laps in, 5 remain. Marcoulier still going around. We got caution on the speedway. The 5. All right, so here we go. The field continues to battle, this time by 4 laps remaining in this one. As Vanderveen shows the way, Marcoulier second, Spangler third, Olger fourth, and Rook, who's made his way into the top 5, make that top 4. That's Rich Neeser in 87.
Rich Neeser in the 87 cracks the top 4. Vanderveen loves the fact that he's got some breathing room out in front of him. As we were running before the caution, a lot of traffic out there in front of Vanderveen. This is kind of giving him the breathing room he needs out front. Marcoulier second, Spangler third. Neeser now goes to make the move in that 87. He wants that 3rd spot away from Spangler. Can he get it with 2 laps to go?
Yeah, he did get it that time. Rich Neeser up to the 3rd. Meanwhile, Ryan Vanderveen just got the 2 to go signal this time by. He's going to see that bleach-colored flag.
Ryan Vanderveen in the 23 down the backstretch one final time, going to avoid all the traffic. He's coming around out of turn number 4. Here come the checkers for Vanderveen, followed up by Marcoulier, Neeser, Spangler, Olger. Tom Sprague Jr. works his way up. Matt Pickard, Aaron Morey, Bill Bray, Thurlby, Borgman, Stott.
When your transmission is in trouble, it is important to find reliable and honest mechanics. National Transmission will get the job done right. Located at 4037 East Apple Avenue in Muskegon, you can call them at 231-788-3244.
Your vehicle is an important part of your life. It gets you where you need to go. Take care of it by bringing it to Van's Car Wash and Quick Lube. At Van's Quick Lube, every vehicle gets up to 6 quarts of high-quality Quaker State oils, new oil filter, and a free car wash with every service. If you need a quick wash that is done right the first time, then stop by any convenient Van's Car Wash and experience the hand-scrubbed and Simonized difference. Keep your car running and looking great at Van's Car Wash and Quick Lube. 6 convenient locations, 1 near you.
Exhaust specialties, from trucks and cars to street rods and Model Ts, both foreign and domestic. Exhaust specialties now includes brakes, shocks, suspension work, and minor engine repair. They use only heavy gauge stainless and aluminum pipe. They also feature custom jewels as well as a selection of lubes, oils, and filters, and other auto parts. Exhaust Specialties located at 5401 Apple Avenue in Muskegon.
Field comes up out of turn number 4 and the green flag is out. Mike Goodwin Jr. not wasting any time in that number 34. He's worked his way up to the 4th spot in the number 34. 14 Larrabee rides number 1. It is the Kyle Woodard car. Actually scored first. The 1R that lap. Now the 44's got him. Mike Goodwin Jr. puts a little pressure on him. He worked his way up to number 2 in the 34.
Yeah, Nick Genema right there as well. Those two make contact coming out of turn number 4 that time. But Randy Larrabee still your leader. Goodwin second, Genema third, Woodard fourth, and Sprague is 5th.
Randy Larrabee out front in the 44L. Mike Goodwin Jr. Little suspect tonight. He got his way up to the front. Can't believe he hasn't worked his way to that number 1 spot yet in that 34. It's been the Mike Goodwin Jr. show here in the Warriors this year. Genema has scored 3rd. It's Melissa Sprague running 4th in the number 10. Your top 5 rounded out by Gary Larrabee. He's in the number 14. Laps to go. Larrabee out front. Mike Goodwin Jr. settles for 2nd. Nick Genema, Melissa Sprague, Gary Larrabee, your top 5 still. Goodwin Jr. not having the night he's had the last couple of weeks in that number 34. With 4 to go, we'll see if he can get out front and catch that number 44.
Well, now you see the 14, Gary Larrabee, looking to the inside of Melissa Sprague. That battle is for 4th. That's the closest one on the racetrack right now.
You know, it could be the fact that Goodwin Jr. wanted somebody else to win, or his gas line could be frozen tonight here at the Winston Speedway. A little chilly out here. We're looking forward to a much warmer forecast. If you plan on joining us in weeks to come here at the racetrack, we'd certainly love to have you. Randy Larrabee out front, Mike Goodwin Jr., followed up by Genema, Gary Larrabee, and Melissa Sprague still in that top 5. White flag is out one more time around for Randy Larrabee. Mike Goodwin Jr. but doesn't seem to have the car tonight to get up there. In fact, he's got a battle going on with Nick Genema, still trying to work around that 34. Looks like it's going to run as they are, though. Coming around out of turn number 3 and 4, one final time, Randy Larrabee comes to the checkers. He's followed up by Mike Goodwin Jr., Nick Genema, Gary Larrabee, and Melissa Sprague rounds out your top 5. Carson, Paul Namey on the gas in 3 and 4, and we are back to green.
Well, battle for the lead, side by side, just like a week ago. Paul Namey battling it out with Brian Carson. Carson has the advantage, but Namey's right on his rear bumper.
Brian Carson works out of the same race shop that Mike Goodwin Jr. does, so you know they've got pretty much great equipment underneath them. Paul Namey followed up by actually Carson by a nose, now Namey by a nose. Look at him. What a battle out front, door to door, right down into 3 and 4. Chris Gagnon and Christian Windbell battling it out for that 2nd and 3rd spot as well.
Yeah, those two rub a little bit this time down the front stretch. Everything, Windbell gets the advantage and takes 3rd away. Meanwhile, up front, it's Paul Namey out in 74.
Well, as they say, rubbing's racing. You hate to not use the cliches, but you have to apply one down. Namey out front, followed up by the 1040 of Carson. It's the 02 of Windbell. Chris Gagnon's in the 97. The 1 of Tom Zach comes along. He rounds out your top 5. Or Aaron Boyd rounds out your top 5, excuse me. Seven laps to go. Paul Namey has got himself out front by about a half a second. Actually, 2-second lead over the number 1040, Brian Carson. Windbell and Gagnon round out your top 4. Namey starting to catch a little bit of lap traffic with 5 laps to go. Followed up by Carson in that 1040. Winbelt in the 02 continues to hang in there in the 3rd spot. To go. Paul Namey out front showing the way in that number 74. He's followed up by Carson Winbelt. Gets up there. He's running in the 3rd spot now. Good run for Christian Winbelt in that 02.
Paul Namey looking very good for the 2nd week in a row in that number 74 car. Like I said, he may just be having fun, but he's looking good doing it.
Paul Namey takes the white flag as we've got 1 lap to finish the night off here at Winston. Distant second, the 1040 of Brian Carson trying the high side in that car. Paul Namey got it stuck right down. Oh, caution comes out. Namey gets down into the low side in that number 74. Carson has some time to make a move. He's running the high side down into turns 3 and 4. Carson runs the high side. It's Namey down low, a drag race to the finish. Give it to too tight to call up here. Paul Namey, Brian Carson.
Supplier of Jetson tires, England Automotive specializes in drivetrain, air conditioning, and engine repair and replacement. England Automotive, let the professionals do the job.
Grabe Water Well Drilling specializes in household and irrigation. Whether you're building a new home or you need a new well, Grabe's Water and Well Drilling digs a 4-inch hole so you can have your pump in the well instead of in your basement.
Well, hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Winston Speedway recap from this past weekend, May 17th, 2014. We had a great racing night at the Winston Speedway. Weather could have been a little better. It was pretty frigid. At least it felt like it. Temperatures were close to the lower 40s, so it was pretty cold once the sun went down, but everything it worked out in the Speedway's favor just because the racing program was pretty phenomenal, must say. And it was a great program once again. I mean, I hope you're not don't think that I'm just saying that just to say it. It actually was a really good show. It started off with the young guns. Those are all the kind of the newcomers, or the kids division, if you want to call it that. Trent Musk, driver of the 5X, captured his fourth feature win in a row. Young driver out of Muskegon, Michigan, had a pretty good battle going on with Morgan Smith, another regular competitor in that division, and unfortunately Morgan got caught up in a caution there and went down into the infield and was unable to join the race as it kept going, and managed to get her car refired, but wasn't able to catch up with the amount to be on the lead lap. And anyway, so Trent Musk wins again. Heck of a year so far, so he definitely has a stranglehold on that points lead for now as we look going forward. Moving on to the four-cylinder Warriors division, we saw a win by the driver of we had a nice battle, first of all, with Randy Larrabee in the 44. He managed to overtake what has been the Mike Goodwin show throughout most of the year. And Mike Goodwin, he managed to finish second tonight, but unfortunately, he just didn't have the car. He had to battle with the other 44, Nick Genema, another feature winner here from earlier this season. But it was Randy Larrabee who picked up the feature win on May 17th in the Warriors division. A very good car for him. And moving on to the four-cylinder mini stocks, at the end of the night, we saw the veteran driver, Paul Namey, out of Ada, Michigan, pick up the win in the number 74. He battled it out with fellow competitor, the 1040 car of Brian Carson. Carson tried to do all he could, but he just couldn't catch Paul Namey again. So Namey picks up his second win of the year and second feature win in a row as well. Moving on to the Bombers division, we had a special for the Bombers class, courtesy of the Port City Race Cars, and it was great. This one is what started off our main event features after our intermission period. And they had a great battle. Josh Grabe, the guy who's won 3 feature wins so far this year, really had a good car, went side by side with the eventual race winner, the 83 of Josh Sternberg, making his first appearance in 2014. A regular competitor here at the Winston Speedway, the Sternberg family, one of those families that has a lot of competitors, and the Sternbergs, Josh was one of them, and obviously showing that he hasn't missed a beat during the offseason as he picks up the win in the 83. Josh Grabe crashed into the wall in the last lap. Tough break for him. Dan Wilson, also feature winner from last week, had another great car as well, finished consistently in the top 3, I believe. If not, you can check the results at racewinston.com, and he should have the point lead if I'm not mistaken. But we'll have to wait and see on that. But another great showing for the Bombers class as well. All right, next was the UMP Dirt Car division. We saw defending UMP Dirt Car national champion Josh Fry. He ended up picking up the feature win, and driver out of Coopersville, Michigan, the Driftwood Bar and Grill Machine. Finishing second, and that one was the 13, the legendary driver, I shouldn't say legendary, but veteran driver, Derek Poland. Did very strong as well, working his way up through the field, as well as the other veteran driver out of Holland, Michigan. That's Kendall Marlincoln, 25. They finished 1, 2, 3. And another great show, obviously. Street stocks, some of the best street stocks drivers in the entire state and region. That's why you see drivers like Josh Fry winning regional titles and national titles. He's coming from this Michigan area. Michigan really has a very talented group of street stock drivers. Moving up the chain to the UMP Dirt Car Modifieds class. Another one, 18 drivers showed up to compete, and this was another weekend where, like I said, rain kind of played a factor. We were one of only, I believe, 2 racetracks in the state to run a show that on dirt anyway. Also had Berlin, but that's asphalt. And anyway, the Modified saw a great battle. We saw Travis Stemler come back. He did not win, the guy that won the Michigan Dirt Cup race last week. We also saw great performances from the rookie Robbie Sternberg again, in and out of the top 5 all race long. But really, the night belonged to David Melke. He won the 2 feature events back at the start of the year here at Winston, and he's the defending Michigan State champion for UMP Dirt Car. He's the defending Michigan Dirt Cup champion, as we mentioned that series again, but he had a great race car tonight. I mean, he just pulled away. He had almost a half a track advantage at one point over the rest of the field. Everybody else, including former track champion, defending track champion Andy Sprague, they were doing all they could, but they just couldn't stop David Melke on Saturday night as he picks up his 3rd win of the year here at Winston. And finally, the UMP Dirt Car Late Models, the premier division, 20 8, I believe, was the last count that I received as far as how many drivers showed up. Stellar field, very stellar field. Guys coming from all across the state to race here at Winston, and it was a great show. We ran a B main, which is a last chance race to decide who gets into the big show. And once we started, it was fast. I mean, wicked fast times, wicked fast cars, and very clean racing for the most part. Just didn't see a caution flag until 5 laps remaining, and it just was overall just a really great showing at Winston Speedway on Saturday night. Great performers include Eric Spangler, driver out of Lake City. So far, he's been a regular competitor here in 2014. You also have the 6M driver, Dona Marcoolier. He won the feature event last weekend and 2 weeks ago. And also, you've got guys like Tom Sprague, former track champion. You got 6-time and defending track champion Rich Neeser, who worked his way through that B main last chance race into I believe he finished 3rd. And just a great performance, but all behind the winner this week, which was the 23V driver out of Six Lakes, Michigan, of the Six Lakes Napa 23V Masters Bill. That's Ryan Vanderveen. Picked up the feature win. His first win here at Winston. He competed with the Sunoco American Late Model Tour, and he came back for a regular show because his regular track rained out, and he ended up coming in and picking up the big victory at Winston Speedway. But that is going to do it for our post-race wrap-up. Just to let you know, next weekend, this weekend, by the time you see this, May 24th, 2014, we will celebrate the Memorial Day weekend. It is going to be Scout Night. All Scouts will get into the racetrack free with uniform, of course. And we're going to have a full show for you. We're going to have UMP Dirt Car Late Models, UMP Dirt Car Modifieds, UMP Dirt Car Street Stocks, Factory Stock Bomber Class. We also have 4-cylinder Warriors, 4-cylinder mini stocks, and the Young Guns all competing. Next Saturday night, pit gates will open at 3:30. Grandstands will open at 4:30. Hot Laps practice session begins at 5:30. And the racing is scheduled to start promptly at 7 p.m. That is going to do it for me, everybody, again this week. Thank you so much for watching our program here on Channel 96. Catch you back here, same time, same place, next week.
Sprague's Auto Parts offers used parts at big savings. Engines, transmissions, radiators, starters, windows, doors, fenders, taillights, seats, you pull it. For more information, call 231-726-2988. Sprague's Auto Parts, 81 South Getty Street, Muskegon.
Grabe Water Well Drilling specializes in household and irrigation. Whether you're building a new home or you need a new well, Grabe's Water and Well Drilling digs a 4-inch hole so you can have your pump in the well instead of in your basement.
Repairs offers professional auto repair at a fair price. On Napa Auto Care Center, Rick is an ASE certified master auto technician. Heating and cooling systems, steering and suspension, shocks and struts, brakes, anti-lock and 4x4 repairs, drivability, tune-ups, electrical, engine repair, alternators, starters, clutches, clunks, rattles, and more. Rick's Repairs, 231-788-1830.